If you're like me and your job requires you to put on, a full face, put your best face forward every morning, you'll want to listen to this. It's a potentially deadly beauty secret that is sparking both environmental and health concerns. Forever chemicals, or PFAS, are being found in cosmetics, according to SciTechDaily.com. Scientists have detected high levels of forever chemicals, or PFAS, in makeup.
Gosh darn it.
And now government leaders in Europe and even here in California are taking action to ban PFAS in cosmetics.
So with that, it is time for what we call Facts Are Facts. The cosmetic industry, we know, plays a big role in negatively impacting the environment. First off, about 70% of the beauty industry's waste comes from the packaging that they're in. Keep in mind, the smaller the plastic packaging, the harder it is to ultimately clean up, meaning it poses more danger to, let's say, wildlife. Perfumes, hairsprays, and deodorants also increase air pollution and can pollute the environment just as much as car emissions. Makeup also causes massive water waste, with water being the industry's most used ingredient.
And despite these recent findings, there are some companies out there working to build their brands on safe products and also sustainability. To share more insight on this earth-friendly movement, we want to bring in Chris Kolodziejski. He is the CEO and founder of the eco-conscious beauty company Chella. Chris, thanks for joining us this morning. First, we have to talk about, you're a former football player.
I see that.
And listen, maybe you wear makeup on a daily basis? I don't know. How did you make that career move from football into cosmetics?
Well, first, Stephanie and Jordan, real pleasure to meet you. An honor to be on the show and also to speak about such an important topic. We don't have enough time to tell the tale of how you go from Pittsburgh Steelers to cosmetic, but to answer your direct question, no, I don't wear the makeup, but I love making it, and I do use our tweezers and our eyebrow gel to keep these wild brows in place. So those are the two things that I use.
Okay. And so you really wanted to go with the sustainability aspect. Chella currently cruelty-free, vegan. Why are those decisions better for the planet ultimately than what else is out there?
Wow, so many great questions rolled up into that one statement. I personally became a vegan 5 years ago for health reasons. And then as I got educated, realized that we were destroying the planet with our current way of industrialized food and food supply. And so we'd always been super conscious about ingredients. We went paraben-free like 10 years ago. Just to put it in perspective, the EU has the most stringent guidelines in the world for cosmetic, and we are now EU certified, UK certified. They're moving those laws now over to the US. So the US cosmetic industry is going to have to abide by them. We're already compliant with them. And then Prop 65 in California is also very stringent. But we took it another step further. We partnered with Impact Collective to basically offset our carbon and plastic footprint back to zero, to be aware of that. We recycle in the office. We try to use sustainable packaging in the stuff we ship out. All of our products, secondary packaging is reforested paper. So we just really try to be as sensitive to the environment and as light as possible, and also educate along the way.
I know you said it's a long story going from the Steelers into cosmetics, but I'm just so curious.
Get into the details.
I mean, it doesn't have to be the details, just kind of overall, like, what in the world was it that you were like, yes, I'm going to do cosmetics? Was there a turning point? What was it?
Well, okay, Steph, so we're going to get into it. I'll be as quick as possible. So I went from Pittsburgh Steeler, investment banker, corporate finance, real estate developer. And as I started to fund and different companies on the investment banking side, I wanted to create my own company. So we started out as anti-aging skincare with, really great ingredients that were proven to have communication properties with your skin to help that look its best. And it took me two incredible women consultants to realize that the subconscious driver was, I was connected to the time that my mom was a single mom, and she was working two jobs with two kids in an apartment, and changed her life completely because she set an intention. I became a pro football player because I set an intention. The subconscious driver is, you put on a uniform. I felt transformed. I felt like Superman when I was a little kid. Well, Steph, the first time you put on makeup, there was a time when you blossomed, when you flowered, and you go, wow, that's a transformation. And I wanted to empower, ultimately, women to realize that they could put that uniform on, i.e. the makeup, and maybe transform themselves in their lives And then the end of that journey is you realize with or without the makeup, you are this beautiful, powerful person.
That's
a beautiful story.
Exactly.
Beautiful
so
story.
I'm so glad you shared that. I was thinking the same thing.
So you mentioned setting that intention, and I want to kind of bring it back to talk about the planet for a second. We know plastic is such a huge problem, and we're trying to set our intentions to use less plastic. But as a business owner, are you finding it almost impossible to cut plastic completely?
I don't think it's impossible. I think that there are evolving technologies on sustainable primary packaging, which is normally plastic or glass, to find stuff that actually biodegrades and will disappear in 5 or 10 years from a landfill. So when they've got that at a level that it's fully stable, we'll be early adopters into that. And to your point about the planet, I'll just a major shout out to a documentary called Kiss the Ground that Woody Harrelson directed. For anybody who wants to make just a little bit of a difference, watch that documentary, because it's all about how we need to protect our soil and reforest so that we can get, the carbon going back into the ground.
I've been trying to get
First time we've heard this.
the entire network to watch that. I'm not kidding. We just high-fived. Jordan and I laughed because
She loves the documentary.
It was so good.
I watched it. It was great.
See? I'm telling you.
Isn't it the best?
It's the best.
It's the best. And I love that you set intentions. I don't know. I'm like, we are on the same vibration, you and I, Chris, with a lot of things. I want to talk greenwashing real quick. I have bizarre allergies, so I have to be very specific about what I put on my face. Like, it's insane. I should have pulled the picture up with my eye to show everyone how bad it gets. Anyhow, so I have to look at all the ingredients, and there's a lot of greenwashing out there. Oh, we're the best. I read the ingredients. I'm like, no, you're not. How do you figure that out if you're not as, intentional as I am when you're trying to figure out which makeup to wear?
Steph, I think the only way you figure it out is to be intentional. It's like looking at an ingredient deck when you go in to buy food in the grocery store. If you can't say the word, don't buy the product. It's, that's basically what it is. And you have to go to Google and you have to do a search and, is this generally regarded as safe, and do the due diligence and research and get yourself educated about everything you put in your body and everything you put on your body. So kudos to you for doing that, because that's being conscious about how you live your daily life.
And we do that. Chris Kolodziejski.
Can I do something? I'm not saying that makeup's not manly, because I wear it every single day. But do you still follow football? Do you have any predictions on this year for the NFL?
Or if Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift are going to, make it the long haul?
First of all, they're the hottest couple out there, and kudos to Travis, because he's a tight end and I play tight end. So, I'm all about what he's doing, and he's an incredible player and athlete and the team. I think Buffalo, I think Kansas City, I think the dark horse, San Francisco, and maybe the Steelers. Maybe that's a big if, but Purdy's the real deal. So it'll be interesting to see how it shakes out. You
got to always have the Steelers in there, Chris, right?
Thank you so much for chatting with us today.
Thank you so much for joining us from Chella.
Absolutely. My pleasure. Thank you both so much.
He was one of my favorite interviews we've done. Love that guy. I'm going to have to go look at his products now and give him an order and, check it all out.
And then if there's an eye issue, just let him know and he'll fix it up for you.
Exactly.